Good morning, guys. Just give me a minute. I'm just connecting my headset. Yeah, I hope you are able to hear me now, everyone. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, Kartik.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry for the delay. I had some problem with my headset, so I was just fixing it. So let's get started. As I mentioned yesterday, so we'll be reviewing the entire course, what we have learned in the last 1 month. I'll be asking the questions, so you guys provide the answers. Okay, let's get started. So I don't ask the questions in the same manner. So let me ask the random questions, and whoever is comfortable in answering, you can unmute yourself, you can speak, or you can provide your answer in the chat as well. Okay, now let us get started. So now, so if I want to, what is the optional class in Java? Why the optional class is needed?
In order to avoid the null pointer exception, they reduces the Java init.
So in order to overcome the null pointer exception. So how can I get an optional object, or how can I override the null pointer exception?
We can't create the object for the object class or optional class. So we can have some method like off nullable. By using that, we can create.
By calling the off nullable method, if the value is null, then if the value is present, then with that object, by using the get method, we can get the value. If the value is null, then it will be returned as an empty optional object will be created. Okay. Now, what is the difference between a local date time and local time? I repeat my question. What is the difference between a local date time and local time?
It will come only at time if you go for the local time. Along with the date, we need to go. We use that date time.
Yeah. If you want the timestamp, you go for local date time. If you want only the current time or something manipulations with the time, you go for local time. How can I get a date object or time object?
By using a now method.
Okay. Any other?
Sorry, repeat the question, please.
How can I get the local date time object or local time object?
Local date time. Some static methods are there. I think.
Local date time dot now or local time dot now or local date not now. So the
Yes.
now will give you the current date. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of using a local date time or local time objects?
Because it is easier to handle the zone, different time zones.
So how can you do the time zone, that one?
So
How can we handle the different time zone?
We can set the time zone with the local date and time object. We can set the time zone whatever we want.
Yeah, how? My question is how? That will be asked, right? Like whatever you said is correct, but they might be asking what is a program or what are the classes that you use, correct? Did I explain that?
Yes, yes.
So zone to date time, correct? Yeah. So we
Zone.
don't use a local date object. Local date object or local time object will be used for general getting a date manipulations or conversion of dates to string, something else you will use. So why this java.util.time package is created in Java 8? Because you can work with a zoned dates. That means whenever you're working with application, it is very difficult to convert the IST into CST or IST into some other time zone, or whether some other time zone into IST time zone. So that's the reason the zone to date time class has been created. So zone date time dot now will give you the current time. So you with this time you can convert into any different zone by using the what is the zone name, like Australia, Sydney, United States, or Europe, and whatever the country you want, you can pass it, and then you can get the time according to that zone, correct? So this is this is you need to remember zone to date time. There is a class. Did we discuss this question or not?
Mm.
Yes, sir. And also it's thread safety is there.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to answer this one. Okay. Now, what is a meta space generation in Java 8?
PermGen space was replaced with metaspace.
Okay. What was the problem in the PermGen space, and how the problem has overcome in the meta space generation?
Out of memory error was there with PermGen space because it was fixed in nature, whereas this metaspace is very dynamic.
Okay. So the PermGen space by default, it occupies 64 MB. Okay. Now, if you want to extend it, there are -XX PermGen space, that command you need to use, and you can extend the memory. But still there is a problem that every time it's a configurable. Once you configure some value, it may go beyond that. Then you get a problem. Now, in order to overcome that, in Java 8, metaspace generation has been introduced. In using the metaspace generation, what happens? There is no limit for that. It automatically grows. So there is no out of memory, PermGen out of memory error. Okay. Now, what is a performance issue in the hash map? Anyone? How does the hash map put method work? This is a core Java question. How does the hash map put method work? Or what is a hash collision in the hash map?
Using hash code and equals method.
Okay.
Hash collision means many entries in a same bucket.
Yes. So whenever you are trying to insert a data into the hash map, you will call the put method. So the put method, the internal implementation for a put method is, first it will calculate the hash code for the given key, and then it will find out what is the index. At that index, it will create a node object and it will insert the data. But sometimes if you give some other key also, the same index might come. So that problem is referred as collision. In case of collision, in Java, the hash map follows linked list approach. That means one node will, at one index, there are more than one nodes. One node will contain the address of another node. In that way, it will follow the linked list approach. But if you have a linked list, and at one position, if you have around 500 nodes are there, then if you want to retrieve the last node value, then you need to check every node. You need to start traversing from first node to go to the last node. So this is a performance issue in the hash map. So how come it has overridden in the Java 8? So in the Java 8, inside the hash map, instead of linked list, they are using the binary tree. So binary tree means like it's a tree in which root node will be the higher value, left node will be the lesser value, and right node will be the higher value. So root value will be, for example, if I have a root node as a 10, all the elements which are less than 10 will be towards left side, all the elements which are greater than 10 towards right side. So that is a concept of binary tree in the data structure. So that binary tree is used in the linked list, in the hash map. Hence, it has overcome the performance issue. So that is also one of the Java 8 like enhancement. Internally, that is not, you don't need to, even if you look at the Java 8 hash map internal code put method, what happens? You can see the tree map, or there is something called tree structure. So if you look at the Java 7 source code, you find a linked list structure. But if you look at the Java 8 source code, you can see the tree structure. Why they have went for a tree structure? Because there is a performance issue in the hash map till 1.7. What is that performance issue? Whenever there is a collision occurs, it follows the linked list approach. Whenever there is a linked list, whenever you are trying to iterate the last element, or whenever you try to get the last element, there is a like multiple iterations it has to do. So that is a performance issue. Okay. Now, can we execute a stream method without a intermediate operation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the different intermediate operations and what are the different terminal operations?
Map, filter, reduce are the common intermediate operations.
Any other answers, anyone?
Sorted, filter, map, flat map,
What are
limit.
these methods?
Intermediate,
Okay, what is the terminal operations?
like collect, for each,
What else?
Reduce,
count, reduce.
sum,
Sum, min, max.
find first, find last.
Yeah, find first. Those are short circuit as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what is the difference between intermediate operation and terminal operation? This is the most frequently asked question. What is the difference between an intermediate operation and then terminal operation?
Intermediate operation will not give any output, but on top of intermediate operation, we can collect by using terminal.
Any other answers, anyone?
Intermediate operations, they return a stream object.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it returns a pipeline. So intermediate operation does not provide the output. Okay. Intermediate operation will provide the output only when terminal operation is invoked on it, correct? When the intermediate operation is there, whenever the filter is there. So after the filter, if you want output, can I say that you need to use a terminal operation only?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That means intermediate operation will provide output only when you use a terminal operation. Okay. Now, can I use multiple intermediate operations one another on the stream?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, can I use multiple terminal operations at a time?
No,
No, sir.
No, correct. So that is so. Can I say that these are the differences?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yeah. Does the stream stores the data?
No, sir, it does not.
No.
What is a stream?
Stream, it is
Yes, we have discussed for 1 month, and you are not able to answer basic question. What is a stream?
Stream is an interface.
Perform operations on collections.
Collection, yes. Stream is an interface in Java, and which is present in the java.util.stream package, and it is used to perform the operations on collection interface. Okay. Now, so is the stream stores the data? No, it is not a data structure. It is used to perform the operations on a stream. Now, if I have an array, how can I get a stream from the array?
Array dot
Stream dot off or array dot stream.
Yeah, stream.off, and you need to pass the array or arrays.stream method. Okay. If I have a collection object, how can I get the stream?
Collection dot stream, object dot stream.
On top of that.
So if I want to get a second minimum salary or second second highest salary or second highest value from the array, how can I do?
List stream. On top of that one, we need to perform sorted in that comparator or comparator we need to pass. After that, limit. After that, limit to 2 and get limit to 2. After that, skip 1, second highest limit.
So others, anyone can try the answer. I am saying that write a program to get the second highest salary or second highest number from the given array. Let me write this one here.
stream dot. Okay.
So this is the array given to you. Okay. Write a stream program to get the second highest number. I don't want the first highest. If I say first highest, directly you will say that I will use max method, correct? I want to have second highest value. Anyone can try?
You can sort and skip one, limit one.
Is it skip one or limit? See, so now
It is
here,
limit
first of
to
all,
skip 1.
so first of all, this is an array. It can be an array or collection. So now what do you need to do? So in order to answer in the interview, just try to. So first from the given array or stream given array collection or array or collection, what you need to do? You need to create a stream object. How can I do? Assume that this is the array. Can I say that array is dot stream? Yes or no?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. And then I will pass this array. Okay, done. Now can I say that I got the stream? Now,
Yes.
first of all, you need to get a second maximum or first maximum, whatever, 10th maximum or 15th maximum or first minimum or second minimum. Can I say that you need to sort the array?
Yes.
Yeah. You need to use a sorted method. Okay, you guys know in the sorted method, if it is if the input is a wrapper class, automatically it follows the natural sorting, correct? So by sorted will give you the natural sorting order. Now, what is the output? If I call till here, what is the output you can expect?
Natural
Sorted
sorting.
will not give the
Natural.
output, but what can it perform? It will perform 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. Assume that this is 25. So can I say that this is the array?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is the array, you will get it. So whenever you sort it, so here what you want the second highest. So from the last you need to take, correct? Or instead of sorting, can I say that reverse order? Here in the sorted method, collection dot reverse order I can use, or I can write a comparator. So in such a way that then it will store the values as like 25, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3. So if I use the reverse order, can I say that I got the, so I now using the sorted method, I have written collection dot reverse order. Then I will get the array like this. Yes or no? This one, second one.
Yes.
Yes. Others,
Descending order.
are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you get the array, now what you need to do? You need the second highest. Can I say that second highest means you need to display this value?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whenever you want to display this one, you can ignore all of this. So can I say that in this output, so from this sorted method, what is the output you are, how many elements it will came? Around 6 elements. That means length of the array is 6, but you don't want all this. So can I say that if you limit the output to 2, limit 2, what is the output? Can someone tell me? If I, on top of this collection dot arrays dot stream dot sorted, in the sorted I am giving collection dot reverse order, and then I am performing limit of 2. What is the output? Can someone tell me?
25, 15.
25, 15, correct? Others, everyone agree till here?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Now, what is that I want? Second highest. That means, can I say that I have to skip this one?
Yes, sir.
So limit means whatever the number that you mentioned till that, from 0th position to that position, it will limit. So 2 means here it will limit. Okay. So till 1, 2, this till 15 it will limit. After that, I want to skip the first one. So how can I do it? Can I say that I can call the skip method dot skip of 1. So when I say that skip of 1, can I say that this will be skipped and I will get the output as 15? And then I can write the terminal operation like get method
For each.
method, anything to display, right? Now, similarly, if I want a fourth maximum, what should I do?
Limit 3. Limit 4. Skip 3.
Limit 4, skip 3.
Keep
So
three.
fourth maximum means from this array, what is the fourth maximum? 1, 2, 3, 4, this one, correct? Now that means from this given after the sorted method, whatever the output, you need to, whatever the number that they are asking, you need to limit the output till that position. And then you need to skip these 3, correct? So limit 4, 3. Now similarly, I want a third minimum. I want third minimum value.
We don't pass that collection collectors dot reverse order, and after that limit 4 third minimum, limit 3 skip 2.
Yeah. So here I want the minimum value. Minimum value means by default, if you use the sorted method, the array will be sorted in the ascending order. So that is what I want. So if I don't pass this one, then our output will be this one. Okay. Now from this one, I want third minimum. Third minimum means I will limit the output to 3 and then I will skip 2. Can I say that I will get the third one?
Yes.
Hope you guys understood this one. I have explained already, but I am explaining this one again.
We can do one more thing also, sir. If you are not using skip, again we can sort it and limit it. That's again
Yeah.
very tedious.
Yeah, you
job.
can do, but again, you're trying, right?
Yeah.
Easily, see,
But-
already you sorted it. Why do you sort again? See here, after this one, even if you sort, you will get the same thing, correct?
No, limit, then again sort it.
Yeah,
In
see
natural order.
here, normally, whenever you say sorted, okay, you got this order, correct? 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 25. Whenever you say limit, you have limited the output to 3, 4, 5, done. And again, even if you call the sorted, the output will be same, right? 3, 4, 5 only. You hope you are trying to understand what I'm trying to say.
No, first we reversed it, right? Then you can perform.
No, I'm
natural
saying
sort.
that I don't want to reverse. So if you want,
Got it, yeah.
if you want the maximum value, you reverse it. If you want the
Yeah.
minimum value, don't pass the comparator here. Just call the by default sorted method. It will do the
Got it.
ascending order. Okay. Guys, this is very important. This one will be asked for sure. Okay. Now, how can I sort the array list using stream? Write a program to sort the array list using a stream. Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Write a program to sort the array list using
Same, sir.
the same in the sense array list I'm talking.
With user defined, you're saying, sir?
Yeah, see, I have an array list called L. Okay. I want you to write a program to sort the array list using stream. Array list name, object name is L. What should I write the code?
In that array list, we have a user defined or is
Yeah,
there
we
any
have
wrapper?
a user defined.
User defined.
For example, department. Then I want to sort it by the department ID.
L dot stream dot
stream
map.
Okay.
Then get the ID. Then again sort.
L dot stream dot map. From in the map, what do you do?
Get the ID.
P dot get ID.
Yeah.
Okay. You will get a department ID. Okay. Then after that,
Dot sorted.
Sorted.
Already integer implements, I think, comparator.
yeah, sorted. Okay. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
fine. That's
I
fine.
think
The collector.
we can use reduce also, right? L dot stream dot.
Reduce will, I'm not asking you to get a reduce method if you use. It will reduce method will give you what one number only, right? It will reduce the output. Whenever you use the reduce method, either you will get a min value, max value, summation, etc. But my question is write a program to sort the array list.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you want to sort, there are two things. The array list can contain the user defined object or the array list can contain the like any
Wrapper class.
wrapper class. Whenever you have a wrapper class, can you say that it is simple? L dot stream dot sorted.
Sorted.
Okay. Now, if you have a user defined class, that means what I said in this array list, L is containing a department. That means, can I say that it is a wrapper class or user defined?
User defined.
So that means in the department, what do you want to sort? How do you want to sort? Correct? Do you want to sort by the department ID or department name? How you want to sort? Correct? Now, so when I say L dot stream, it is containing the department object at each position. It is containing the department. So what using the map method, what I'm doing, I'm passing the department and getting the department ID. And then on top of that, I'm calling the sorted method. If they want department name, then also you can do the same thing. Correct? Now, how can I get a average salary of an employee? Write a stream program to get an average salary of an employee.
Summarizing int we need to take L dot stream dot
Okay,
collectors
L dot
dot
stream
collect
dot
collectors dot collect dot summarizing it.
collectors dot
Collect
dot summarizing int. So what this method will return? Summarizing int object, correct?
Yes.
So if it is a double value, then summarizing double. Okay. Now from this summarizing value, you can call get average, correct? Then you will get the average value. Get min value means you will get the get minimum value. Get max means you will get the max value, correct?
Yes.
So what else?
With reduce also we can reduce.
Yeah, we can with the reduce we can write a comparator and then we can get that value.
Return type
When
should be int summary statistics, right?
Yes. I mean, like int summary statistics. If it is a double, then double summary statistics. That means it is returning a object of that summarizing int class. Okay. Now in this one summarizing int, you will have minimum value, maximum value, average value, total number of elements. So if it is if your the variable is double, then do you go for a int summary statistics or double summary statistic?
Double summary.
Yeah, it depends on whatever you need it. Okay. Now, so can we override the static method of a Java 8 interface?
No.
Okay, why?
Because static methods are only available inside that class or interface. It is not visible to outside.
So there is no concept of overriding the static method. Static method, even if you, so I have an interface, if I'm implementing that interface, the interface has a static method name called M1, and the same kind of a static method is present in a class. That means now I have a M1 method, which is a static in the class. Similarly, I have a M1 method in the interface. That class is extending an interface. Then also it is not considered as a overriding because it is nothing but a redefinition, correct? One method belongs to a class, one method belongs to an interface. Static means it is not related to any object. So you cannot override a static. How can you call a interface static method?
With
Interface name dot the
Interface
method.
name dot static method name.
Okay. Can I override the default method of an interface?
Yes, we can.
How can I call the default method of an interface?
Interface name dot super dot default method name.
Yeah. So now let us take one example. I have an interface called I1. I have an interface called I1, which has a default method called M1. Okay. Now I have another method called I2, which has another default method called M2. Sorry, M1, same method name. Default. Okay, default. Okay. Now, so clearly understand, I have an interface called I1, which has a default method called M1. I have an interface called I2, which is a default, which also have a default method called M1. Method name is same. Now I am creating class called test. Can I implement multiple interfaces at a time?
Yes.
I1 comma I2. Will I get any compilation error first?
Yes, we'll get compilation error.
Are you
Because
sure we'll get a compilation error?
yes.
It's a default method. I'm not telling that it's an abstract method. Is it mandatory for you to? Is it mandatory for you to override the default method?
Not mandatory.
So that means if you whenever see here after doing, whenever you try to override it, M1 method, then only you will get compilation error, right? If you don't override, how can you call the M1 interface default method? You can say that I1 dot super dot M1, correct? And how to call the interface to I2 dot super dot M2? Hope you are trying to understand what I am trying to say.
Yes.
Okay. So, so now assume that you don't have the Java 8. Java 8 you do not know. Okay. Now without Java 8, can you write a default method in an interface? No. Assume that we are till Java 7 only. This M1 is abstract method. Here also M1 abstract method. If you try to implement I1, I2, will you get a compilation error?
Yes.
Why?
Because these two method names are same. So
Method names are same, but you do not know, the compiler is not knowing whether you are overriding the I1 interface M1 method or I2 interface M1 method, correct? So it has an ambiguity. But from Java 8, so I'm saying that I'm not talking about an abstract method. I'm talking about a default method. Whenever you have a default method in I1 interface and whenever you have a default method in I2 interface, same method. Now a class is trying to implement these two. So when you try to override the default method, it can find the ambiguity, correct? Now I'm saying that I don't want to override it, but can I call the individual interface default method? Yes. How? Interface name dot super dot M1, interface name dot super dot M2. So this is also one of the practical questions that can be asked. Okay. Just try this one, right? So at home, I request you guys to just create two interfaces, default methods, and try to implement it and see whether are you getting a compilation error without overriding it, and with overriding will you get a compilation error. Okay. Now, can I extend a functional interface? Can I extend a functional interface?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. So if I am extending, what I should not be, so what are the extra things I need to take care?
So the default, that abstract method, it should not be more than.
So I have a interface called, let us take the same thing. I have an interface called I1, okay, which has one abstract method. Okay. Now I am writing a interface called I2. I2 extends I1. Okay. Now I did not write no abstract method in the interface I2, and I writing @function interface for I2. Now will I get a compilation error here?
No.
No.
Why I don't get?
In both the interfaces, we have only one abstract method.
Yeah, the concept of a function interface is nothing but in that interface only one abstract method should be present. And if there can be another abstract method which are implemented by the object class, those are not counted. Okay. Now here, how many interfaces are there? Net 1, 2 interfaces. But how many abstract methods are there? Only one, which is present in the I1. So whenever you use extends, can I say that this also automatically gets copied into your child? Correct. So net you have only one abstract method, so you don't get a compilation error. Now let me write one abstract method here called another M1 method. One more abstract method if I am writing here. Now will I get a compilation error?
Yes.
Yes.
Because already I1 is having one abstract method and you are writing 1, 2. That means whenever you're writing here in this I2 there is only one, but using the inheritance, because of the inheritance relationship, whatever the in abstract method that is present in the parent, that also can be seen by the child. So number of abstract methods is 2. But whenever you annotate with the function interface, how many number of abstract methods can be allowed? Only 1. Okay. So this is also one practical question. Okay. Now what else? We have completed sort, min, max, and if someone is asking you about the sum of a salary or average salary, min salary, max salary, then you have the different ways to answer it. Okay. You can use the reduce method, or you can use a min method, max method, sum method, or if you are using a summarizing int, then you will get all together: average, sum, min, max. Okay. It depends on the situation, you can use it. So how can I create a process in the Java? How can I create a process in Java? Or how can I kill the process in Java?
Process builder, process handler.
Yeah. So this is Java 9 question, guys. Wantedly, I did not tell you that I'm asking the Java 9 questions, because in the interview, they don't say that I'm asking the Java 9 questions or I'm asking the Spring Boot questions, right? Just like that, they will ask the question and you need to answer it, right? So in order to create a process, you need to call the process builder, followed by what does the process builder will take?
Process ID. It will take process ID.
I'm talking about a process builder. process builder is a class which takes one argument, what you call, it's a exe name, correct? In the string, wherever you see, my question is, I want to open a process. How can I open a process using Java? Okay. Now, in order to open that process, you need to pass whatever the software you want to open, you need to install that software somewhere, right? So you need to provide the exe path and then call the start method. This will ensure that the process is started. Now, how can I kill the process?
Process dot. Let's try.
Yeah. By calling the destroy method, you can kill it. But before killing it, you need to get that process details. Okay. So in order to do that, we use a process handler. Okay. Process handler is an interface. So whenever you have an interface, there is an off method. So whenever you look at from Java 8 onwards, whenever you look at off method, you can think that it is a static method, because generally, how can I call a static method of interface? Interface name followed by the off method. Okay. Now, by using the off method, I can pass the process ID so that I will get the process handle reference. From that reference, I can call the destroy method. Okay. Now, if I want to get the who has created and what is the time and all, these are the parameters that I have to use info object. Okay. So, but the important thing that you need to remember is how can you create a process in Java? How can you destroy the process in Java? Or how can you work with the process API enhancement? Okay. What is a module in Java?
Collection of packages.
Yeah. Guys, that's the reason, like, you know what is a module, how to create a module and all. But when someone is asking about a question, you are not able to answer other side. So what you can do, just go through the notes. Okay. I have mentioned everything in the notes. So module is nothing but a collection of packages. Now from Java 9 onwards, after saying that line, module is nothing but a collection of packages, then you can start saying that from Java 9, if we want to create a project, so we need to provide one extra file called module-info.java, where the module-info.java file needs to be placed
Meta-inf.
in the root folder, in the src root folder. It is not meta-inf. Inside the project, you will create a packages, right? So in the root package, you need to mention the module-info.java.
So that this file will be auto-generated, or we have to create that?
Whenever you create a project in Eclipse, automatically it will generate. Okay. But if you are creating a project in the Notepad and you are using a Java 9 runtime, then you need to create on your own, right? Yeah. Because if you compile it, it will say that module-info.java is not found. Okay. So what is the advantage of a module over normal Java project?
Reduce the size and increase the speed.
No, we can restrict the classes which other modules can access.
Yeah. So one thing is it will reduce the size, because whenever you are using a rt.jar, it has all the files. So you don't need to use all of those, because whenever you are creating a Java module, what is the default module that is available for all the projects?
Java.module.
Java.base.
Java.base is a module which is available. Now in Java.base, can I say that it has only some number of classes, maybe around 1,000 or 2,000, correct? But does the Java.base has all the classes like rt.jar?
No.
No. The number of classes present in the Java.base is less than the number of classes present in the rt.jar. Yes or no? Yeah. So in this way, time taken for the application to run is fast. The output will be like your application will be speeder. Startup time can be reduced. Now, if you want to use some other module, what do? I want to use database, JDBC connection. What should I do?
Requires module, that module name.
Yeah. So first of all, I have to go to the module-info.java file, and you need to find whatever the class, like in the JDBC means I have a classes called driver manager, connection, result set, statement, I need to find out where these classes are present. I mean, in which module these classes are present. Once you find that, then can I say that I will go to my project, module info.java requires followed by the module name. Where these classes are present, what is the name? Java.sql, correct? Example, Java.sql is a module in which all the JDBC connection related classes are present. So I can say requires java.sql, so that apart from java.base classes, java.sql classes will be loaded. Any other classes will be loaded into my runtime? Does any other classes will be loaded? So I repeat my question. So I am creating one Java 9 project. Okay. So look at here. So in this one, if I am mentioning requires java.sql. Whenever I mention this one, what are the classes will be loaded into my this project or runtime at runtime?
Base and Java SQL things.
Yeah. That means all the classes under the java.base will be loaded and all the classes which are present under java.sql will be loaded. Will it load any other classes which are present in some other modules? No, correct? That's how it is restricting the size of a jar, right? So here we have some other modules called java.compiler, java.data transfer, java.desktop, java.logging. Will it load the classes present under these modules? Yes, no. No. That's the reason whenever you try to use this one, see, let me create, there is a class called java.util.logging. So if I use this class name, I will get a compilation error because it is not yet loaded. So that's the reason how, that is how it will reduce the size. Okay. Now, whichever the module you want, you need to use a requires command. Okay. Now I want to export my, so can I create a module without a package?
No, sir.
No.
So at least one package is needed, right? Now I have two packages. So in this project, let us look at this project. In this project, I have two packages. Assume that, let me take something else. Okay. Now here in this Java 9 future, this is a project. In this project, how many packages I have? Two packages, right? com.ashokit.interface changes, com.ashokit.java 9 changes. Can I say that two packages are there?
Yes.
Okay. Out of these two, I want to export. That means other whoever is using this module, I want them to access only the classes present under this package. I don't
Right.
want to export these classes. What should I do?
Export that package name.
Yeah, whichever you want to give the access to some other person or some other project. What you need to do? You need to use a command called export followed by followed by the package name, exports followed by package name. So now whenever I say this one, the other module, whichever is using this one, can I say that under this package, if I have 100 classes, they will be able to access these 100 classes?
Yes.
But can they access any other class that is present under this one, even though it is public?
No.
Yeah. So now if someone is asking you what is the advantage of modularity in Java or what is the advantage of module in Java, then you need to answer. First of all, the thing is, so till Java 8, there is a concept of rt.jar. From Java 9, the rt.jar has been converted into a 98 modules. By default, every project will have the java.base module. So now if we want to know some other modules, we need to export it required separately. That means the size of the application will be reduced so that it will be fast. That is the first feature. And the second feature is, so whenever we are using a jar approach, by default, all the packages will be exported. Whenever a class is public, anyone can access it. But that there is no security. For example, if I'm writing a encryption algorithm or decryption algorithm, I don't want anyone to look at those classes itself. Though I am exporting the project, though they are able to access the project, but they don't want to. I don't want them to access the an encryption algorithm. Then what should I do? From Java 9 module onwards, we have to create a separate packages. So whenever I export the package, then only other module can see the classes under the package. So whichever I don't export the package, they don't see that. Though it is a public, can I say that I am providing the security?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you need to say that that's the first one is size and then speed. The second approach is security. And the third one, you can say that from Java 9 onwards, whenever you say public, is it public by default or public to the module, or public to the project only?
To project.
Public to that specific module or specific project only, correct? These are the things that you need to answer in the interview. Okay. Now I want to export these changes only to separate some module only, not all. So whenever I see that exports followed with the package name, this anyone can access this one, but I don't want to give that access. I want to give some Sunil will create a project called Sun. So I want to give the access to the only Java 11 features. That is another Java project. Then what should I do?
Two we have to use.
Yeah.
One pack.
So here what I have to mention, so exports package name followed by 2 and then other module name, correct? So whenever I mention like that, what happens? Only that module can use that. So this is called qualified export, correct? Yeah. So now what is another difference between a jar and a module? Whenever you run a program, so I have a class, or let me give you one example. I have a module M1. Okay. I have a package called P1. Similarly, I have a module called M2. I have a package called P1. Now in the M3 module, I am writing requires M1 module name requires M2. Will it work?
No, it won't work
Why?
because there are two different. Okay. The
No,
package
same
name
package is
is-
present in different modules.
yes.
So
sir.
then Java does not know. That means
Ambiguity.
immediately here, whenever you write itself, it is showing the compilation error, correct? That means, can I say that it is trying to load the classes? That means it is trying to resolve the dependencies before starting of your program.
Yes.
Whenever I write it, immediately will I get a compilation error or runtime error?
Compilation.
So when I say that compilation error, can I say that it is looking at all the weather before running the program? It is, can I say that Java virtual machine or Java compiler is checking whether all the classes are needed to run this program are available or not, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means it is checking, it is now it is finding a ambiguity which one to whether should I go for a M1 module or whether should I go for a M2 module? It is having a ambiguity. Hence, it will throw the compilation error. That means from Java 9 onwards, all the classes are identified to run a program, whether does it need all the classes or not. That check is taken care before starting the program itself. Then I can say that there is no possibility to get a no class definition found error, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I hope it is making clear to you, right?
Can you
I'm trying to.
repeat once more this one.
So here, whenever I am writing M3 requires M1 and M2, what happens?
The same package it will go to that module.
No. What happens immediately when I write like this? Can I say that I'll get a compilation error?
Yes, we'll get a
So
compilation.
why the compilation error?
Because
Because
Same
the
package name.
the Java virtual machine is trying to look at which one you want to use it, right? It is, see, with which class you are using, that is different, that is secondary. But before running your application itself, it is trying to validate whether all the classes needed for your application is present or not, correct? Here you have some classes in this P1 package, you may have A. In this P1 classes, you may have A class, but it is not able to identify which module you need to refer, right? So that means it is having an ambiguity. That means it is trying to find out, or it is trying to resolve the conflicts before you run the program, correct? Before you compile the program itself, it is trying to find the dependencies. So because of this, whenever you run a Java program from Java 9 onwards, there is no possibility to get a no class definition found error, because all the dependencies will be resolved during the compile time itself, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now, for
Yes.
example, if I do the same example with a jar, I don't have a Java 8, I'm doing the Java 8 approach and I'm using the jar concept. Then can you guarantee that whether it will go to this one or this one? It depends, right? Whichever is loaded first will be going to that first. Yes or no?
Hmm.
Yeah. So that is a difference between Java 8 and 9. So in the Java 9, so there is no possibility to get a no class definition found error. So if you want to explain that, this is how you can explain. Okay. Now, can someone tell me what is a try with resource?
With this feature, we need not release the resource after using that one inside that final block. It will be automatically closed when that resource will be utilized. So after
Any other answers? Anyone?
So, all the
Both the
results.
resource would be implementing auto-closable interface, then only we can do.
Yeah. So the same thing is already available in Java 7 itself. But what is the change performed in Java 9?
And now
Inside
inside that,
Yeah, one person, go ahead.
we can declare and initialize that resource inside the try block itself.
So that means you can, so whichever, like whether you are creating a buffer reader or you are creating a connection object, a statement object and all, you can create a object globally, and that reference variable name, you can use it in the try block. When I say try block, try followed by the open parenthesis and close parenthesis, between that you can use it. Whereas the same feature was not available in the 1.7. And the system will close the automatically only when it is implementing the auto closable interface, correct? Yeah. So what is the advantage of having a private method in an interface?
Code reusability. We can reuse the code.
Why can't we reuse with a default method of an interface?
Now default method, it is visible to the outside now. So
What is the problem with the visibility?
someone can
Change the code.
Yeah. So that means the default method can be overridden. Whenever you're overriding, whatever, see, it is providing the reusability, but reusability means whatever your logic you have written, it should reuse it. But whenever you have a flexibility to override it, if someone is overriding it, then it will be bypassing your code, right? So that's the reason the private methods will provide the code reusability. Hence, private methods are used in the, what do you call, Java 9. Yeah, Java 9 interface. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of static methods in the interface?
It will provide the utility.
Yeah. And one more example I have given. So in order to write a utility methods, you can use, what is the example one?
Sort.
Collections, correct? Collection.sort. Collections is a class you have created separate class to write a static methods. But from Java 9 onwards, those are utility methods. You don't need to create separately. Okay. Now let me ask you one interesting question. You guys know abstract class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm talking about after Java 9, greater than Java 8. Okay. So in the abstract class, can you write abstract method?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Here?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Here, can you write non-abstract method?
Yes, sir.
Can you write here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I write static method? Non-abstract can be static or default. Can I write static method here?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can I write here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then what is the difference? So from Java 8 onwards, Java 8 onwards, what is the difference between abstract class and interface? Hope you understand. So before Java 8, you can say that, sir, interface can have only one abstract method where I cannot write non-abstract methods. That is a problem. So that everyone will answer it. Now, from Java 8, whatever you are able to do with the abstract class, are you able to do the same thing with the interface? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now what is the difference between abstract class and interface from Java 8 onwards?
More or less same.
No, that is not the right answer. There should be some differences. Look at whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. This is very, very important question. You just go through the core Java concept, core Java basics. What is a class? What is the interface? Then you will get the answer.
We can extend only one abstract class, whereas interface we can extend.
Okay, that means you can say that you can implement the multiple, you cannot implement multiple inheritance when you have abstract class, but you can implement multiple inheritance using a interface. Yes, that is correct. And apart from that,
And we
one
can
more
have
important.
functional interface. But
Yeah, that is also not a problem, right? It's also abstract method, default method, static method. In the abstract class also, you can have only one abstract method, any number of static methods, any number of default methods. The same thing. There is one more important feature. One feature
Lambda
is,
expressions correspond to interfaces only, functional interface.
okay, that's the extra functional feature you are getting. Okay, what else? You can write, so for this function interface, you can write a Lambda expression. Whereas for abstract class, you cannot write a Lambda expression. That is good. Next. Can I write here? Multiple inheritance is not possible. Possible with abstract class. Okay, it is possible with a interface. Okay, lambda lambda can be written. Lambda can be written for interface, functional interface. Whereas for abstract class, you cannot write these two. Now, what else? Just think about what does the class will have. Whenever you create a class, what happens?
object will be created.
So object, when the object is getting created, what happens?
Memory is allocated for this
Before,
memory.
yeah, after memory, what will be called?
Constructor.
Yeah. So can I say that here? Now, what is a variable? Can you modify the value of a variable that is declared inside an interface?
No, it is public
No,
static
no.
final.
So that means the variables that are declared in the interface are final. Can you modify it? Let me create. I have an interface called I1. I have a int I. Can I declare like this? Without initializing the value, can I declare a variable in the interface?
No, sir.
Quickly write the program. Okay. Guys, you are able to understand what I am trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me quickly create a interface. I'm just creating interface test. Now let me create an interface. Interface I. So am I able to create a value without initialization in an interface? It doesn't matter whether it's a Java 9, Java 7, doesn't matter about the version. So in interface, you cannot declare a variable without providing the value, correct? Now, can I say that I have to declare the value? Done. Now, can I modify this value?
No.
No.
Because the variables, you cannot modify this value because the variables declared in the interface are public static final. Look at here. If you look at the compilation error, what it's telling? A blank final field I may not have been initialized. What is the field? Final field. So it is, so that means you cannot create a variable in the interface without initializing it. You need to initialize this. Done. So once it is initialized, a final variable is initialized. Can you modify the value?
No.
No.
Can you modify the final variable value? No. That means, okay, now let me create one class here. whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Interface class. Okay. I'm just creating a class. Now, let me create a implements interface test. Okay. Now let me create a main method and create a object. Okay. Now here, let me, for this class, let me create 10 objects. I equal to new. How many objects I am creating as of now? 2 objects. Okay. Now let me do sys out. So let me take T1. Let me take T2. Now T1, T2 are 2 objects. Agree? Now T1 dot I. What is the value? It will be printing
50.
T2 dot I. What is the output?
Same.
That means it irrespective of object, can I say that the value is final?
Yes.
Even if you create 100 objects, can I say that I value can it be modified? I value?
No.
No. Okay. Now, if I am trying to modify the value, yeah, guys, whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. T1 dot I equal to I wanted to change it to 70. Is it possible for me? I'm getting a compilation error because why? A final variable which is a final variable value cannot be reassigned, correct? So that means in an interface you can have a final variables, correct? And can you, out of that, if you create 100 objects and you try to access the same interface variable, can you get a different value? Guys,
It's static.
yeah, whatever it, whether it's a static or not, you cannot change the value. Agree? Even if I create 100 objects of this class, still I will be able to get only one value, which is declared value. Am I able to modify it? No. Now let us look at, so for a class, whether it's an abstract class or a normal class, for abstract class, can you have a constructor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now in a class, can you declare a final variable without initialization?
No.
Yes, yes, sir. Provided
I can create.
Yes. In constructor, we
can
have to
create
assign.
int z. This dot z equal to z. So am I able to see in this line number 4? Am I creating a final variable? Yes. Am I providing any initialization value? Can someone tell me what is the
No.
value of this z?
0.
Can you tell me?
0.
Yeah, it is by default it is 0. But am I initializing any value? No, right?
No.
When it is getting initialized?
Object
Whenever
creation.
you create a object, correct? Now, for example, here I am passing the value as 5 and here I am passing the value as 10. Now, can I say that though it is a final variable, can I say that your T1 dot, so here let me do this out. T1 dot Z and T2 dot Z. What will be the values? Can someone tell me?
510.
510. So that means here, but what is here in the, so now you tell me the difference. When a variable is present in the interface, can I say that it is by default final? You cannot modify the value. But when a variable is final in the class, are you able to modify the value? That means once you that so here the concept is a variable that is like not initialized during the declaration is called blank final variable. Okay, you look at the in the core Java, you get one question called what is a blank final variable? A final variable which is not initialized during the declaration is called as a blank final variable. A final variable in the class can be initialized through the constructor. So whenever you are having a final variable, can I say that? So through this T1, whenever you create a object T1, you are passing value. So that means in the T1, the memory gets in the heap memory. Can I say that T1 will occupy the memory and T2 will occupy the memory? Now, what is the value of T1? Here it is 5, here it is 10. After that, can you modify it? No, correct? Now, can I say that whenever you have an abstract class, it is working on the state of an object, correct? Based on the object, based on the object creation, whatever the values you passed, your final variable is holding that values or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that means so whenever you have the third difference is the abstract class is working on a state of an object. Abstract class works on the state of an object. When I say state, that means this one. So though it is a final, are you only one value is there? No. Object, through one object, you are able to give the final value as 5. For another object, you are able to give 10. If I am creating another object, can I pass 100? Yes. That means though it's a final variable, object specific final values you are able to do. Once you have declared, can you modify it? Now, if
No.
if I t1.z equal to 25, can I modify it? No.
No.
Final variable cannot be modified, but can I say what is the difference you can see? In the interface, if you have a variable, it doesn't matter what object you are accessing, correct? You are getting 50 only, correct? Whether T1 you access, T2 you access, you will get 50 only. That means it does not hold a state. But when it comes to the abstract class, so what happens? Abstract class also can have a constructor, or normal class also can have a constructor, and you can create a final variable where that final variable will be declared inside the constructor. Now, by using line number 16 and 17, what is the output I will get? 5, 10. Let us look at it. So that means in the abstract C, look at here. So that means, so now here, based on the object, my value is getting changed or not. Though Z is a final variable, but still it is holding the different value for different object. Now, can I say that it is depending on an object?
Yes.
So that means the abstract class works on the state of an object, whereas interface does not have a state. Interface does not have a state. So this is very important feature or very important difference between an abstract class and an interface. This question also will be asked for sure. Now they will say that you can create abstract method, non-abstract methods in the abstract class. Same you can do with the interface also. Okay, then what is the difference? The first difference you can say multiple inheritance is not possible with the abstract class because only one class you can extend. Multiple inheritance is possible with an interface. The second one, you can write a lambda expansion for an interface, whereas for a class you cannot write. There is no functionality. Okay. Now the third difference is abstract class will work on the state of an object, whereas interface does not work on the state of an object. So this is one important question, guys. Hope you understand.
Very clear, sir.
Others, everyone understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, one fundamental question it is asked everywhere that where to use abstract class and where to use interface.
Yeah, when you have it, see that one. So when you have only the, what you call, this one, when you want to work with the state of an object, you can go for abstract class. Okay, when you want to declare only, see for example, if you are creating a bank, so in the bank, if you say that I have to have, based on the location, I have to have a different minimum balance, then it is working on a state of an object, right? Based on the location. So you need to go for abstract class. So if you want to have a static behavior, then you can go for interface. And whenever, so see these things you need to like when, so you have to tell him that. So from the Java 8 onwards, these are the things I can do. So now my decision of whether to go for abstract class or whether to go for interface depends on these differences. If I want to you write a lambda, then I will go for an interface only, correct? If I want to work on a state of an object, I will go for abstract class. If I want to go for a multiple inheritance, then I'll go for an interface. So you tell these differences, and based on these differences, you can take a decision, right?
Okay.
Because whenever the decision depends on your requirement only, right? Whether you want to write a lambda, whether you want to write a inheritance or not, correct? Yeah. If you want to have a tight coupling, you go for an interface. Let's I have no with the interface you have a tight coupling, correct?
It is loose coupling or tight coupling with interface?
It is a tight coupling because once you have can you access child class methods with when you have a say list L equal to new array list, list L equal to new array list. Okay,
No, we can't. We
that
can't.
is that means it is a tight coupling only, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I hope Swati, Sunil, Srivalli, Sanjay, hope this is understood, the difference between abstract class and interface. Very, very important question. Looks very basic, but the third difference I told, right, works on a state of an object where the interface does not have a state. That is very important. You can explain with a program if someone is asking. Okay, you need to remember the word abstract class works on the state of an object, whereas interface does not work on a state of an object. If you refer to any book or something, that is only the wording mentioned. Okay, so I hope we have Java 11. There is nothing much. Only the string methods and then files methods are there, and we can compile the program. We can execute a program without compilation using Java followed by class name.java. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any questions? Yeah, tomorrow will be the last day of the class. If you have any questions, you please ask me so that I can explain it. And if no question, that's all for today. So I'll be starting Java, core Java, and then the data structure from 2nd November onwards. I hope you guys have seen the poster, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if any of your friends are interested for the data structures and all, so you can refer them, and core Java also I'm starting on 2nd November. You can refer them as well. Again, same, you will have the demo classes, same structure, like I explain the way, same programmatic approach, and I'll show you the source code as well. And in the, even for the data structures also, what we do is I'm thinking every Saturday we will solve some of the HackerRank questions based on the topic that we completed. Okay, maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks we will start, because till 2 weeks or 3 weeks we'll be discussing more depth details of a collection framework. So what is a concurrent modification exception? What is a concurrent hash map? What is a copy and write array list? How does the concurrent hash modification exception will come, etc. Those things we will discuss. And then internal implementation of array list, hash map. How can I create a custom collection? All of those things. Once that is done, we'll slowly get on to the linked list, hash map, trees, graph, dynamic programming, sorting, searching. So we'll solve some of the HackerRank questions as well during the course. I think like based on the explanation, based on the coding, and then we'll try directly open the HackerRank, and I'll share the screen and we'll write the code in the HackerRank and submit the code and see how many test cases are passed or failed, etc. Okay. Now, and when it comes to the core Java, all the core Java concepts will be taught, and I'm trying to so there are some OCJP certification is there, right? I'm not going to explain the complete certification, but we'll open the OCJP question paper and we'll try to solve some of the questions like every week or something. We'll keep one day like Thursday or Friday or Saturday. We'll try to solve, we'll allocate some 30 minutes or 45 minutes to that solving the question paper of OCJP so that your programmatic skills will improve. So that is what we are going to do in the data structures in core Java, which is going to start in 2nd November. So if you are interested, you can join the demo classes. And if any of your friends are interested, I request you please to refer them. Okay. Any questions? Are you guys interested to any of those? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir, but 7:30 time is not possible. We have other class for data structures.
Okay. What is the other class that you have?
Spring Boot in the morning, 7 to 8.
Okay, fine. You can get the recordings as well, and it depends on you. Like just see your feasibility. You can listen to the recordings also if you require. Okay. Because I cannot change the Spring Boot timing.
Yes, sir. Next step, like when it will start after this one. It will. What is the duration, sir? The data structure.
It would be by January, so it will be 2 to 2.5 months. If I start
Okay.
first week of November, maybe by 15th January, we'll complete it.
Okay.
Yeah. If no question, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. And tomorrow will be the last day. If you have any questions, please bring those questions to me. And not only tomorrow, after the course is completed as well. And whenever you go for any interview and whenever you get any question, you can put it in the Telegram group. Based on my availability, I'll try to provide the answer. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Have a nice day.